Have you ever wondered why some people get what they want as if by snapping their fingers? They're no smarter, wealthier, or more talented than you, yet they're consistently several moves ahead, spotting opportunities others miss and making maneuvers whose meaning becomes clear to the rest too late. While most are still trying to grasp what's happening, these individuals have already reached the top, leaving competitors far behind. The secret to their superiority lies not in luck, but in possessing information unavailable to the masses. The difference between the weak and the strong isn't muscle mass or bank account size. It's understanding the true mechanics of power. We're taught that success is the natural reward for kindness, honesty, and hard work while waiting for recognition. But this very illusion causes most of life's defeats. While you diligently follow the rules of fair play, your opponents operate in an entirely different coordinate system, whose existence you might not even suspect. Law number 1. Create value through absence. Ask yourself honestly, who commands more respect? Someone available 24/7, or someone who appears only at truly important moments? The bitter truth many realize too late is that excessive availability kills authority. When you're constantly available, people stop valuing your time and begin taking your presence for granted, turning you into ordinary background noise. But the moment you step back slightly, the situation changes dramatically. People start wondering where you disappeared to and suddenly realize the value of what they had. Your significance skyrockets, not because you changed as a person, but thanks to the created scarcity of your attention. This is how geniuses think. They know availability destroys influence. The more present you are, the less significant you become. This isn't about rudeness or manipulation, it's understanding a fundamental truth. Scarcity breeds demand. Law number 2. Make others come to you. Nobody likes admitting this, but whoever chases what they want, be it attention, deals, or approval, inevitably loses. You've surely seen this. The more actively someone pursues a goal, the further it slips away, while someone else calmly does nothing and everything comes to them, because they understand a simple truth. Power is always built on control. True control isn't about pressure, but about making others take steps towards you, changing the vector of attraction. The moment you start chasing someone, you voluntarily give away your power, turning into a supplicant whose driving motive becomes need and desperation, the direct opposite of power. Geniuses of this game never chase opportunities. They arrange circumstances so fortune knocks on their doors. As Machiavelli said, those who align their tactics with the times succeed, while those acting without regard for conditions are doomed to fail. Law number 3. Command attention at any cost. Let's be honest, if you're not noticed, you simply don't exist to the world. You can possess genius intellect and exceptional talents, but in conditions of fierce information competition, invisibility equals social non-existence. Most people fear standing out, preferring to blend with the crowd and play it safe, then wonder why their names are erased from memory and why the choicest opportunities go to others. You cannot achieve respect by staying in shadows. Strategists understand perfectly. Attention isn't a matter of vanity, but survival. If you don't occupy space in people's minds, you're not in their plans either. Therefore, you must act boldly and demand attention without waiting for permission. Machiavelli wisely noted that people judge primarily by eyes, not hands, since everyone can see, but few can truly feel. Law number 4. Appeal to self-interest, not mercy. However cynical this sounds, accept the bitter truth. Nobody helps purely from kindness. The driving force is always interest. Forget sentimental teachings about universal altruism and analyze your own life. When people truly helped you, was it from pity or because your salvation brought hidden benefit to the benefactor? People act based on what's useful to them, not you. If you don't grasp this simple truth, you risk spending your entire life in futile expectation of help that never comes. You can appeal to human mercy, conscience, or sense of justice all you want, but you'll most likely end up empty-handed. True strategists never make this mistake. They don't beg for favors, but propose profitable exchanges, perfectly aware that the shortest path to what you want lies not through pity, but through others' self-interest. Law number 5. Keep people dependent on you. Ask yourself the question that draws the line between those who possess power and those who lack it. Who needs whom more? True strength doesn't lie in complete autonomy, but in creating a situation where you become an irreplaceable link dictating game conditions and controlling events, because without you, the system simply cannot function. Unfortunately, most people make the fatal mistake of voluntarily placing themselves in a dependent position, turning into expendable material with no leverage. Wise people structure their lives differently, remembering Machiavelli's covenant that the best fortress isn't stone walls, but the people's disposition and love, without which all fortifications are useless. When people depend on you, they follow you not from fear, but from acute necessity. Stop spreading yourself thin trying to be average at everything. Instead, perfect a specific sphere, becoming in it an undisputed authority whose place is impossible to fill. Law number 6. Win by actions, not arguments. Any argument merely exposes insecurity. Attempting to convince someone with words is often a sign of lacking real proof. Strong individuals don't waste time on empty discussions, preferring to let their results speak for themselves. The powerful don't waste precious energy persuading skeptics or entering endless debates about who's right and who's wrong. They simply win, because victory silences any dispute more effectively than 1,000 words. True strength needs to prove nothing to anyone. It's self-evident. Let your results become the only necessary argument that's impossible to ignore. This is how brilliant strategists operate. They stop empty talk and get to work, replacing justification with demonstration of their successes. While others argue enthusiastically, leaders let their victory speak for them. Law number 7. Always say less than necessary. Every spoken word reveals part of your mind, and the more you open up, the more vulnerable you become. Most people make the mistake of saying too much. They explain every step, share every thought and plan, voluntarily giving away their power. The more information you provide, the easier you are to predict, and thus easier to manipulate. Silence is the most powerful weapon. Where there are no words, the imagination begins to work. When you're silent, people are forced to fill the void themselves, projecting their fears and expectations onto you. As Machiavelli said, everyone sees what you appear to be, but few feel who you truly are. Excessive talkativeness creates an impression of nervousness and desperation, as if you're desperately trying to prove your significance. Conversely, knowing when to stay silent demonstrates confidence and self-control of someone who doesn't need to justify themselves because they know their worth. Law number 8. Never reveal your intentions. The moment others learn what you're thinking and planning, you lose strategic advantage. Predictability allows ill-wishers to prepare, build defenses, or strike preemptively. Geniuses act in shadows not from treachery, but from prudence, understanding that revealing plans is like showing cards to opponents mid-poker game. You might feel honest and open talking about your plans, but in reality, you're simply hastening your defeat. Winners aren't always the strongest or fastest, but those nobody saw approaching. They plan in silence and strike when others' attention is distracted. Secrecy keeps situations under your control, while premature openness only invites others to interfere, ruin everything, or steal your ideas. The strategy is simple. Plan in absolute silence. Execute in public, keeping your intentions shrouded in mystery until they become irreversible reality. Conclusion. Choose your path. These are the 8 shadow laws geniuses use to achieve superiority. Let's be honest, these principles may cause discomfort and don't bring warm, fuzzy feelings, but their effectiveness is undeniable. True power is psychological, not physical in nature. Victory goes not to the strongest or loudest, but to those who understand people's hidden motives, their reactions, and see the entire chessboard while others wander blindly.
Those who know the rules control the game, while those who ignore them inevitably become pieces others move. Now that you've looked behind the curtain and learned these mechanisms, there's no going back. You cannot simply forget what you've seen or pretend you don't understand what's happening. You face a choice. Return to naive belief that the world is fair and rewards good intentions, or start playing strategically, applying your acquired knowledge. Remember, knowledge without application is dead. Understanding these laws bring no benefit if they remain mere dry theory in your head. Start small today. Choose one principle, implement it in your life, and observe how reality around you changes. I play by my own rules.